City of Green Bay now responding to the lawsuit over the audio recording devices installed at City Hall. As we first alerted you back in February, an attorney representing the state Senate threatened the lawsuit if the city failed to remove the audio recording devices, which were installed between December of 2021 and July of 2022, and destroy any and all recordings. The city asking the district court to dismiss the suit, as the officials who claim to have had their conversations recorded reportedly don't have the proof of that claim, and they can't prove that they have an expectation of privacy in a hallway at City Hall. A three-day trial set to start May 20th of next year after a final pretrial hearing scheduled for May 10th.